Hey everyone, today we talk about the Bitcoin fall 4.5% because of NASDAQ. Failed retest against the exponential moving average 21 weekly in the Bitcoin in the NASDAQ chart. And you can find this is the Bitcoin against the NASDAQ in here. And look, this yellow line is the exponential and the blue line is the moving average. So you can find that this is the popular chart. And look, in the Bitcoin against NASDAQ, it's already retest this line. But in the Bitcoin normal for the Bitcoin USD, we haven't retest. That's why it's a bit different because the Nasdaq is well performing against the better performing against the Bitcoin in the last 2 weeks. That's why we retest in here. But the general idea is that we already retest in this one. So the question is what's next? The next we can just continue going down because like this one, we hit this blue line, the moving average, and then after hit this one 2 times, yeah, first one and the second time, and then just boom. So what's next? Yeah, there are just two scenarios. The first scenario is we just continue going down, but the next scenario is we already retest 2 times, one and two, but it is the retest against the exponential moving average. There is possibility we are still going up just to retest the blue one. This blue one previously we are flying because of this one. Therefore, there is a possibility that we are still continue to going up against the Nasdaq and Bitcoin perform well in this month and retest this blue one after retest this blue one, then just continue to going down. So like this one. Therefore, I think it's very difficult for us because we are not the whales, we are just the retail. That's why let's wait about how whales gonna move this price. Okay, and I think general idea is we are still in downtrend regardless we are still going to up, we are just going to retest and then going down. So if you think that this is the best price to entry now, I don't think so, because if the price going up, most people the whale still gonna cut their money and just selling the coin and just to keep the USDT, right? Okay, that's about the Bitcoin again, the Nasdaq. And what next? If the if the Bitcoin is worse than the Nasdaq, how about the Nasdaq itself? The Nasdaq you can find, look, since the bull run in 2020 in here, look, exactly at the same point when the Bitcoin halving and then just continue bull run. So I want to tell you the bull run starting in the 2020 until now. I think it's not because the Bitcoin halving, but it's just because the Bitcoin halving is same like the Nasdaq crash. Look, Nasdaq is performing well in the last 2 years. That's why Bitcoin is also performing nice. That's why you need to know that now Nasdaq just crashed. Look, this is the last support for the Nasdaq, and then we just break around one month ago, and now we are already 4 weeks, 5 weeks against the 21 moving exponential moving average. That's why I'm not calling this is a bullish. This is the bearish, and the bearish just start to reverse. If you are asking me, is the bullish is over? No, the bullish is not over. I think starting in the Q2 or maybe in the Q3, we find the bottom and we continue to run. You can check my last video about the time cycle. The time cycle gonna define when is the bull run, right? And then, yeah, there are two scenario. I think three scenario about the Nasdaq. The Nasdaq can continue to going up just to retest this yellow, or maybe the second probability Nasdaq just going to down. So there is no retest because the retest are made in here. Look in here in what happened in the 17 January. You can find that this is a retest, small retest, and just continue to go in downtrend. Yeah, it's very possible. It's like this one. Look, after we are going up, we just a small retest and we never come back again. So this is like almost a six month without a retest. That's why maybe it's the same. And when is the bottom for the Nasdaq? There are two scenarios. The first scenario is we just going down by the 10% into this. This is the line about the Fibonacci retracement. And if the thing is get worse, and then maybe the NASDAQ can crash another 20% in here. Yeah, it's very possible because you know that the NASDAQ in the last 2 years almost 2.5x from the around the 7k US dollar now to 14k US dollar. So it's almost 2x, right? And I think it's very crazy for the NASDAQ. Why? Because the NASDAQ is not a crypto. Crypto is easy for 2x, but for NASDAQ, I think it's very impossible. And I think this bull run is very so something. That's why I think this is the wave 3 for the NASDAQ, as I told you, right? Now we are entering the wave 4. That's what for the NASDAQ, we are going heading to wave 5 in the Q2 or maybe in the Q3, most likely. And then the things you need to know that this is the full moon and the new moon phase. Maybe it's a bit crazy, but yeah, it is the astrology finance and astrology analysis that every full moon and the new moon you can find. This upper band is the new moon, and this lower band, the black one, the dark one, is the full moon. Look, every full moon it's pumped, and every new moon it's dumped. Look, yeah, plus minus 3 days, 5 days, but the general idea, look, it's almost the similar, right? It is dumb, it is dumb, it is sideways, it is palm in here, the crazy palm what happened in the September, the crazy palm what happened in the July, it's all the same. And also the dumb what happening in the December, the dumb what happening in the January. Look, so something, the dumb what happened in the January, wait, this one, January. Okay, this one. The dam was happening in the January in here, exactly when the happening of the full moon. So previously, every full moon is bullish. Now every full moon is the bearish so far. Look in here. In here is the full moon. It's going up a bit and then just dump again. In here, the next day after the full moon is the big dump. What happening 10% in the day. What happened in the January, right? Now for the time for the New York time, you can find that the full moon happening uh, yesterday, so 16 February. Yeah, it's depend on the on where you live, but what I'm telling you in the New York time it is 16 February, right? So that's dumb. And then uh, I don't know whether now it is the dam or not, but so far that you can find that we are rejected by 3.3% and going down. And the main idea of the astrology finance for the moon phase is not about the dam, the pump, but every hit the full moon or the new moon, there gonna be the next pattern. So the pattern change from the bullish from the bearish to the bearish, or maybe to from the bearish to the bullish, or maybe just the sideways. That is like the turning point. So I repeat, I didn't say that every full moon is palm or every full moon is down, but it is the turning point. You can find, look, from this one and the new moon happening after the dam, and we have the full moon ahead. So that's why it's like uh, there is still the manipulation. It's not 100%. So after the dam and then it's the pump what happening in the new moon, right? Look in here, new moon, and the next day we pump around about 11%, 12%. That's why it's the very critical. And now if you back to the 4 hour candle chart, you can find that the full moon already happening in here. And the full moon, so far we are just rejected, right? Maybe we can still pump and then just continue to counter. It's very possible. But I think there is the possibility we are still going to up, but I think it's a very small chance. And as I repeated that if we are still going to up, it's just to have a nice retest like this one. The retest in September maybe is the retest that we are still pump in here, maybe to 40. Oh, sorry, I mean the 50k US dollar in here. Okay, I think that's for today. Thank you for watching and see you next time.